Thank you. Wait, no, we're not live yet, but now we should be. So by the time I see this, thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate your attention, whether you're watching live or after the fact. And if you are watching after the fact, please hit the like button. If you're watching live right now, please hit the like button. It helps me a lot. We are on track to start at 10 p.m. sharp, maybe 10:01, but things are looking good. It's been a year roughly. So with that, you know what to do. Enjoy. Hey, there we go. Enjoy the music of Otis McDonald like this. There we go. Ah, shit, I fucked up. Oh, I was looking at the wrong timer. I've been here ever since the timer hit the 4 second mark. And oh, please, 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 please. Oh, yes. What happened just now is that I happened to start the stream when a song was ending, and I wanted to quit VLC before the next song started. So, how is everyone doing? My name is Sydney. Welcome to the SydStream. I am going to put this here. There we go. I've had some chats this whole time. Hello, Frank. Hello, Darth Shady. I have changed my setup in a oh so subtle way, but it is nice. Actually, I think we're going to go right into this. Was this my first note? I think it was. Yeah, exactly. So, hello, Brett. Glad you can make it. There you are. So, speaking of really subtle changes, I mentioned this last week on how my touch portal is now resting here on my. This is my old phone, not my current phone, and this is the setup. However, you will notice that not only is it sideways, but you'll see how there are 15 buttons here. The reason that is a subtle yet significant change, let me grab the link that I need right now. So here's the thing. Touch Portal is an app. It's great. I like it. However, Touch Portal is a poor man's alternative to a popular streaming accessory called the Elgato Stream Deck. Now, since I realized that last week, I realized that I could set my phone up sideways and have it on a little stand. I figured, you know what? At some point, I will have an Elgato Stream Deck. That is in my plans. It's something I want. However, a Stream Deck costs $200, like that. So that ain't happening anytime soon. Like even if I generate $200 worth of income, the first $200 ain't going to an Elgato Stream Deck. All right, and I figured since I have my phone. In essence, I'm preparing for the Stream Deck now because you will notice there are 3 models of Stream Deck. There is the standard Stream Deck right here, which is 5x3, so it's 15 buttons. There's this mini one, which doesn't make any sense to me, and then there's the Jumbo, which has 36 buttons. That's overkill. So the oh so subtle change that I was alluding to is the fact that before my touch portal, I had it configured to be a 4x7 grid. Back when it was on my phone and I was holding it like this, I had it like 4 buttons by 7 buttons, which is 21 total. No, sorry, 28. And I figured if I'm going to mimic a Stream Deck, I might as well mimic the 15 buttons. So there are, when I kicked off the stream, right there, I ran into an issue where there are some things that I used to be able to do in 1 click, which I now have to do in like 3 clicks, which isn't that big of a deal. It's still absolutely awesome. I fucking love this. But yeah, that was the screw up that really no one will have noticed that happened at the beginning of the stream. Moving on. Oh, I have a couple of things to talk about before we go into the recap. Basically, this is the narcissist stream right here. I'm going to be talking about myself. I am the main attraction for tonight. I am the main event, and I didn't even prepare that much. But that's we'll get to that when we get to that. But before, I wanted to talk about, actually, I can pull him up here. It doesn't matter if you know who he is. I know who he is. He's a streamer that I like who goes by the name of Xanderhal. And he's like a leftist streamer who, got started in the Vosh community, I believe. And the reason I'm bringing up Xanderhal is because he published a video today where he explained how he was away for a while. I didn't notice because of the algorithm, and I like Xanderhal, but I'm not dedicated him. I'm not dedicated to him enough to realize when he's gone for a couple weeks. And it turns out that the reason he was gone is because he got flagged for spreading false COVID information. And the crime that he committed was to react to a clip of Candace Owens talking to Donald Trump, or basically he was covering the Candace Owens Donald Trump vaccine debacle, and by reacting to this, YouTube gave him a strike for COVID information. And this reminded me of a couple weeks ago or something where Dr. McCullough was on the Joe Rogan Experience, and I was nervous for even playing a clip of it on the stream. This is the kind of shit that I'm talking about. So yeah, the struggle is real. One should say. One could say. Okay, wait. Am I the one who's not clicking properly? Let me the Okay, yeah. It's me. My mouse and my computer are both fine. It's me. So, before we get into our introduction topic, I wanted to bring your attention to something. Actually, this kind of ties into something else I was going to talk about later tonight, but there is, and I might as well bring it up individually here. There's a Twitter account called Claire Foster MD with an IQ of 169. Now, the thing you need to know about this account is that it's a troll account. It's a parody, and it's basically another what's her name, Titania McGrath, and just by the title, the description: board certified astrologist, anti-extremist, Maoist centrist, classically trained sex worker, vaxxed and boosted. And it's a hilarious account. And the reason I'm bringing this up is this tweet. I don't particularly care about this tweet. However, I will read it. Okay, so it's one of my mutuals here who tweeted a sinkhole in some parking lot, and then Claire comes and says, "Parking lots are private roads. The world you advocate for. Checkmate." And obviously, Lauren Liberty here knows that it's a troll account, so she responded, "Oh, thank you for explaining." And then someone else did. Oh, this hadn't happened yet. Okay, so what I was going to explain is Claire Foster here responded with "You're welcome," but misspelled. It's YOUR. And I wanted to do what Jamza did here, to just say "your" and correct it. However, the reason I didn't is because I kind of didn't really want the hassle. I assumed that most people who saw me correct her would think that I didn't know she was a troll account, and I just didn't want to deal with it. So that's my story. Wait, you're too small, still under the radar. It has advantages. The algorithm doesn't play nice. Yeah. I like playing for I like skating towards where the puck is going to be, which is why I want to be extra cautious. But yes, it does being a nobody basically has its advantages. And despite that, I have a lot to look back on with a gratitude, which we will cover later. Wow. It's only 10 past the hour. I'm not gonna do the thing that I often do, which is to miss evaluate how long it's gonna take me to go through all my shit. But yeah, this is interesting. All right, might as well record this separately. Hey, wait. I just want to see if I can make this change real quick. Ah, it is okay. Okay, now I get it. It was a touch portal setting that I thought I had misset. So, um, I just want to mention this because it is interesting to me. There is a brouhaha of Twitch drama that has been taking place over the last few days involving a YouTuber. No, I don't want to join. It the drama involves a YouTuber called MrGirl, and basically this is just a preamble. The crux of the drama is that due to his behavior, a bunch of people are calling this guy a pedophile, and I find this interesting enough that I want to talk about it. However, given the topic and given people's knee-jerk reactions whenever the topic even comes up, I don't want to talk about it before preparing for it. So I'm going to need another week. Hopefully, I'm ready to talk about it by next week, to have done the research and talked about it and really prepared the segment. However, he had some conversations with people that I have mentioned. He's had a conversation with Destiny. He's had a conversation with Vosh, and recently, whoops, and recently he has spoken to another streamer named Stardust, who has she's gotten into trouble just for platforming him. Because I gotta say, the conversation MrGirl had with Vosh was very creepy. I totally understand Vosh's reasons for hanging up on him towards the end. It's too long to explain. However, I do want to give you one little preview of the kind of thing that has made it. Oh my god. Okay. Fuck. I knew this was gonna happen. One thing I want to make crystal clear. What makes me laugh about the video that I'm about to show you a tiny little clip of is the absurdity of it all, okay? I'm laughing at how absurd it is. And I will elaborate on that next week. Again, everything I've just said, I'm probably going to rehash next week, but I'm too fascinated, so I just wanted to at least mention it. So let me just set it up here. Yeah, that should do. Stuff. There it is. Let me just let it buffer up here. I'm not gonna play his entire music video, but I will. While it's loading, I will just give a bit of context, which naturally I will re-explain next week. So y'all have likely heard of the Netflix movie Cuties, which came out last year, or at least it came out on Netflix last year, and the brouhaha and the controversy that surrounded it. So, in essence, MrGirl did a review on Cuties, and as a result of his review of this movie, a bunch of people, he got mass reported for having child porn, which isn't true, at least not on his YouTube channel. But you know, when people mass report you, sites tend to just take you down as a precaution. And when he got his channel back, he recorded a music video called "I'm a Pedophile," which I will play the first couple seconds of, and it's still buffering, but hey, hopefully it works out.
A lot of children ask me stupid fucking questions, like if I rape little kids or if I believe in it. Well, shit, if you believe that, I'll rape you. Know why? 'Cause I'm a pedophile! Pedophile! You goddamn right. I'm a literal pedophile! Yeah, I'm a pedophile! My words are like a zip tie with a plastic edge. It'll tie you to my bed, whether you're rate 9 or 10. Prepubescent.
So that song continues for another 2 minutes, and that was his reaction to getting mass reported for his review of Cuties. Again, I don't want to talk about this in too much depth without the proper preparation, but I will say this. I'm open to the possibility that he's a pedophile, and as we say a lot on this show, and he actually passes this. You can't read people's minds. What we do on this channel is we go by consistent patterns of behavior and red flags, and it's fair to say that MrGirl has a hefty amount of both, a consistent pattern of red flags. But yeah, I'll elaborate on that hopefully next week. Well, it'll have to be next week because 2 weeks from now, everyone will have moved on. So yeah, that is enough of that. I don't even have any, I don't have any prep. Let me do something here. Okay. I'll prepare something, and while I am waiting, let me give you some music. How about this? Whoops, too loud. There we go. I'm the main attraction. Oh, jeez. Okay. I just want to custom. Oh, come on. Okay. This to today. Nice. Okay. So let's record. So it's time to, I'm not going to do this every year, but it is the last stream of the year. And I started this stream on the first Tuesday of January of this year. It's been a year, and I want to look back and reflect on some things that have happened. I gotta say, all things considered, I am very happy with how this has turned out. Of course, there are some challenges and things like that, but there have been some marked progress. I am now realizing, do I still have it? No, I don't. The countdown to competency has been completed 2 times over, and it was necessary because, actually, maybe I can load some of these up here. Why not? It's my fucking stream, literally. Go here. Oh. Talk amongst yourselves. This is a tightly run ship here. There we go. Bye. Stream might get a little choppy here, which we will also address. There it is. So going from talking in my kitchen using a my headset as a mic and my laptop camera to this semi-professional looking setup. Wait, there we go. Hey, what's going on? There we go. This semi-professional looking setup here, which honestly, as much of an improvement as it is, there are still some there are still some weaknesses which are pretty glaring if you know what to look for. For instance, the fact that I stream in 720p, the fact that I don't really react to videos that much, and if I did, the stream would become choppy after a while. James, to answer your question, I guess I will share my New Year's resolutions. Thank you for being here, by the way. But it's funny too because I have a section here called Future, and it has 2 bullet points in it. So I guess there's that. I wouldn't necessarily call them New Year's resolutions, but yeah, you reminded me of something though. If you're still here at the end of this segment, please remind me to circle back on New Year's resolutions. So that being said, I think Darshady is right. My biggest weakness has been forgetting to close the barn doors in Stardew Valley. Man, now that I'm starting this segment, I wish I had taken the time to do a little montage of my own fucking past streams, because I record almost everything on top of just having the VODs on YouTube, except for the first one, which is a sad story that I have almost completely gotten over, but hey, them's the breaks. So yeah, like evolving from this guy in his kitchen talking about Bitcoin, probably. I haven't spoken about Bitcoin in a while. To having, the equivalent of this touch portal and what else? The lights, the streamer lights, of course. It's been quite the ride, and I am happy for that. Now, another thing to another aspect of this is the growth, which I am happy with. I was like, it depends on how you measure it, but let me look at. Let me share some of my analytics here. So this is from January 4th to today. My channel has gained 120 subscribers, which is almost double, which is great. And we've hit some we've struck some gold a couple of times throughout the year, which will tie into another chapter. So I was really fortunate to honestly be the best and most informed person on the internet on a Tuesday when that Jordan Peterson Red Skull story broke out. Honestly, I stand by that take. I have not seen anyone with a perspective on that story which matches mine, because there is no perspective better than mine. And yeah, it was either people either saying that well, if you don't want to be compared to a Nazi, then don't act like a Nazi, Jordan Peterson, and other and right wingers saying, "Oh my God, it's inconceivable that Jordan Peterson is compared to the Red Skull," when that is not the case. It was the alt-right pipeline or the intellectual dark web as a whole which was compared to the Red Skull, but one panel was obviously mocking Jordan Peterson. Anyway, y'all know that it's the most popular video on my YouTube channel. I was also fortunate enough to have seen the Rainbow Dildo Butt Monkey saga evolve in real time over the weekend and was ready for it on Tuesday. And of course, the Alan Walker video, which I'm glad to have it. I'm glad to have done it, if only as an insurance for next week when I talk about MrGirl and people like, you know, in their knee-jerk reaction kind of way, try to accuse me of like normalizing and defending pedophilia, because I'm not, you know, fuck child rapists. Yeah. What else? Oh yeah. So here's the thing. As happy as I am to have first of all, the real victory is that I'm still doing it and that I intend to continue. Honestly, as of right now, I see no reason to stop, despite the rough patch that is ahead that I will elaborate on in a couple minutes. But what would really, holy shit, right on cue. Oh wait, this is a spammer. I can't do it from here. Let me where are you? Put user in timeout? Oh shit. Whoops. Darshady, you deleted the wrong message. Oh wait, there it is. Okay. James, can you type something to just confirm that you're still here? Oh no. James, I think I timed you out. I'm sorry, buddy. Hey, it's only 300 seconds, which is yeah, it's only 5 minutes. I'm sorry about that, James. I also did it, and like according to these logs, I'm the one who timed out James, not you, Darth Shady. So sorry about that. I'll see you in 5 minutes, James. So that being said, actually, this is strangely this ties strangely into what I was about to say, which is as much as having subscribers is great and all, what I would really be after is live viewers. And I gotta say, every time I see a name in chat that I don't remember having seen before, I get a little happy, you know? Unfortunately, the example that happened in real time was just a spammer, and now my friend James is watching, helpless, unable to respond to my unfair banning, well, timeout of him. Anyway, so yeah, it's I'm not sure how I'm not sure what I can do to encourage people to tune in live, besides, you know, just put on a really good stream, you know? So, so yeah, I guess hopefully by the end of this year in 2022, I will have had a consistent machine for putting on a really good stream. And then since you can actually get discovered on YouTube, then the live viewers will follow. You know, that's the logic. But on the other hand, though, and this is it is absolutely possible that I'm engaging in well, not confirmation bias, but cognitive dissonance. Actually, it's the wrong one. But there's something that I kept telling myself, that I've been telling myself this whole year, really. Streaming consistently for 1 hour a week. Let's be real. This isn't the best strategy, but the as much as I am happy with the growth that I've had, I wish it was more. However, on the other hand, you know, when I look at a lot of really large content creators, people who are able to do this full time, a lot of them don't look that happy. And again, this might be cognitive dissonance, and like I'm saying, at least, you know, maybe if it's like the poor person who tells themselves that rich people are bad. That might be what's happening right now, but at least I'm in a position where I'm enjoying this. I'm enjoying the process, and I see no reason to stop. And it's funny that I say this on a few days after Lindsay Ellis has apparently quit content creation. Something tells me the people in my audience don't know who Lindsay Ellis is. However, and honestly, I didn't know who she was either before her first bout of drama, which probably happened last year or something. But she is a pretty big left-leaning content creator. She does like movie reviews and things like that. And I think it was at some point last year she got canceled for making a comment comparing some Asian movie to The Last Airbender and saying that like they're all the same. And you know, a mob swarmed her to accusing her of racism and shit. And they did the thing that happens when you get canceled, which is they dug through her history and found like every slight that she's ever done in the in her online career, which has been a while. Yeah, according to her wiki, she's been active on YouTube from 2008 to this year, so that's just over 10 years. Now, the reason that she quit was because it was you know, this ganging up on her is something that took her desire to return away from her, and she tried and decided it wasn't for her. And she explained this in a Patreon post, which was public, but which is now hidden. And I don't particularly feel like becoming a patron of hers. What I will do, though, what I will do is I will link to a Vosh covered this on his channel, and I'll link to that video where he looks at the post and doesn't read it in its entirety, but discusses it. And the reason I'm bringing this up is because, you know, I use Twitter. I enjoy using Twitter. I don't think that is a good thing. Whatever part of me that enjoys using Twitter isn't an indicator of good mental health. I will repeat, I've said this before, but I was not being sarcastic when I said that enjoys Twitter should be a criteria in the DSM. You know, it's not a red flag on its own. It is but it's a clue, you know? And I do enjoy it. Now, the thing with Twitter is that sometimes people who don't know you and have never met you will call you names. And the way I say it sounds minimizing. I kind of am minimizing it. But the bottom line is, as easy as it is to tell yourself, like, oh, this person's never met me, therefore their opinion of me is irrelevant. I've never experienced what it's like to have like thousands of people wishing me ill will at the same time for the same reason. And to have, you know, my little Twitter bell here, to have it constantly be at 99, and that if I had the misfortune of clicking on it, it would just be, you know, people talking about how horrible I am, some of them wishing me death, probably sending me death threats in my DMs. And who knows, you know, maybe over the years, I've released enough information where a particularly motivated person could figure out my home address and proceed to make my life really unpleasant. So that is not something that I have experienced, you know, like on a much, much smaller scale. This did happen a couple weeks ago, actually. And I was streaming when I noticed this. I forget what the story was, but I think this was around the time Alec Baldwin shot that cinematographer. And on that night, a night that will live in infamy, Tim Pool had a bunch of big names in alternative media: Joe Rogan, Alex Jones, Blair White, Michael Malice, were all in here, and Luke Rutkowski, who posted this picture in his Twitter, which is how I learned that event was taking place. And me, I wrote alt-right HQ LOL. Now, my reasoning in writing this was that anyone who actually takes the time to click on my profile and scroll a little would come to the reasonable conclusion that I was joking. But the thing is, that wasn't, well, actually, it ended up turning in my favor. Like, my tweet is probably there. Yeah, exactly. So 40 replies to 54 likes. That's not a ratio. However, the replies started adding up much faster than the likes, which eventually caught up. And my Twitter notifications were lighting up. And a lot of my replies were people, correcting me. Wait, I scrolled through this before. There shouldn't be porn. Yeah, people saying I was coping. At least I tried, calling me an idiot right here, and things like that. And honestly, my rationale of these people haven't met me. They clearly haven't even clicked on my profile. I don't care about these people. Their opinion is irrelevant. That was true, and I told myself in real time as it was happening, or at least once I realized it was happening. But I did feel bad enough where I had to like manually I had to manually hit the release valve of these people have never met me, their opinion doesn't matter. So that was a tiny small scale equivalent. Like we're talking 40 replies, some of them are good. So I can't imagine what it's like to have like thousands of people all unified to see me fail and to wish me ill will. Maybe it'll happen, maybe not. Who knows? But one thing is for sure. I spoke earlier of a rough patch that is ahead, and this is a near-term thing. And I think that I'm not worried about it, is what I'm trying to say. And I've mentioned this before of this project that I'm involved in, which is greatly impacting my Sunday night, Monday, and in recent weeks, it has amplified to the point where if I make a mistake or if I have a thing during the weekend, my Tuesday night might be impacted. Not to the point where I would miss this stream. It would take something severe for me to miss this stream, you know? Just to give you an idea, I was, because I'm aware of how important it is to consistently stream at the same time, which is why I'm only doing this an hour a week, because Tuesday nights at 10 p.m., that's a time slot that I know that I'll be able to fill week in, week out for the foreseeable future, you know? And as I was considering like the impact that this project might have on my stream in the form of impacting my ability to prepare for it, I told myself, you know what? I'm going to change my workout schedule before I change this stream schedule. You know, I work out on Mondays. That's like another thing that is another thing that's taking up time on Mondays, you know? And not only that, as Breck has just asked me about, I've started another project, which is my tarot channel, which, to answer your question, Breck, it's going as well as any new YouTube channel would go. And I will bring it up here. I came to the realization that these thumbnails here, which it's kind of my formula for thumbnails that I use on this channel. They weren't, the tarot community doesn't like thumbnails like this, or at least that's the signal that I was getting. So I switched over to thumbnails that look more like pick a card tarot reading videos, which are pretty popular on YouTube. And they're getting better results as far as click-through rate is concerned. So yeah, that is fine. And since I have it on screen, I will invite you, if you're interested in tarot, to please subscribe to my tarot channel. If you're not, that's fine. My faith in the algorithm is strong. The right people will find this channel. So yeah, thank you for asking though, Breck. I am enjoying it. It doesn't add that much to my weekly workload. That's the funny part. Because I'm in 1000% control of when I work on it, and editing the videos isn't that long, certainly compared to editing a segment for this stream, you know? And as I become a better reader, I will get better at, as I become a better reader, editing the readings will become easier and easier and easier over time. So that's good. The TikTok account is doing great. TikTok is such low effort. All I need to do is throw 3 cards down, interpret them, and record a quick reading. That's doing great, Frank. I'll elaborate more on that when we talk about New Year's resolutions after this segment. But to just come back to the rough the troubled waters ahead, it is in the form of being less able to prepare for this stream. Like if a major story breaks, like you know, some scandal that I'm uniquely well placed to have a good perspective on, like the Jordan Peterson thing, happens in the next, say, 8 weeks, it's going to be rough for me to prepare for it, stream it, which would happen anyway, and then edit it to hopefully publish it that night. That's gonna be rough. But hey, if it happens, like if another Red Skull Jordan Peterson story happens, you better believe that I will just lose a little sleep for that night to get that video out there ASAP. That's not even a choice. But the hedge against this, and this is something that I've always been interested in, is to do more evergreen content, because the funny thing is, like, the double-edged sword of videos like this be getting so much attention compared to like videos on my channel is that unless the news story has this particular timeless element to it, within a couple weeks it's gonna be over, whereas like this political quiz that I did in October of 2020, that's still like, trucking along. So the advantage of evergreen content is that I can prepare for it over weeks and, just talk about it when I'm ready and there's no timing pressure. So I hope to switch more to that, or at least implement more of those as topics as this stream progresses. Unfortunately, the top of that evergreen funnel doesn't have a lot in it, so trickling down, I don't think we're gonna see any of that like over the next couple weeks, But who knows? I do have more time over the next couple weeks. Maybe something different will happen. So, moving forward, I would say that my plan, because that's all I can do is plan, is to keep doing the right thing long enough consistently. I think that it was really cool that I got invited to that centrist panel. I still haven't figured out how to do Twitch in a way that is interesting to me, in integrity, and in a way that people are also interested in, that is something that I have yet to figure out. Maybe working the tarot into it would be an entryway. Actually, since I'm here, these aren't really impressive numbers, but they're impressive enough to give me hope. So this is Sully Gnome. If you're a Twitch streamer, you are well aware of this site. They do a bunch of stats on Twitch. So just to give you an idea, tarot channels on Twitch, on average, there are 8 tarot channels that are live, and 68 people on average interested in watching tarot. So if I ever started to do that, maybe that would have, something interesting. Roughly 8.5 viewers per channel on average. Obviously, of these 8 average channels, 7 of them have 0 people in them, and the last one has all 68 of these average viewers. But this is just the last 7 days. Let's go. Let's zoom out 90 days. Okay, yeah, it's pretty similar. The ratio is more interesting, but the numbers, the pure numbers are lower. Oh no, except average viewers. Anyway, the bottom line is that is something that I might dip my toes into once I figure out how to do it. But yeah, the that is interesting. It's something I'm interested in. I've been into tarot for roughly 7 years, and I have discovered some things that have made it easier for me to read, and that's a skill that I'm interested in doing, to just like read cards out loud. Because the thing with tarot, if you read for yourself, you can just sit there in silence looking at the cards and thinking. But that's really bad content, you know? So to like actually talk while I read is something that I'd be interested in. But as far as that goes, like I'm really happy with this year. I'm so glad that I decided to start this stream. It's been a wonderful ride, and I say this as someone who has evolved from a nobody to a nobody. But it's fun. And as I always say, having a bunch of subscribers is great and all, but what I really want are the right subscribers. And that's just as true for this stream as far as live viewers go, this channel as far as subscribers go, and my tarot channel, which I'm confident will I'll be in a good place by the end of the year. So if you're watching this, thank you very much for your attention. If you're watching this live, thank you really very much for being here, for being active in the chat and all that stuff. And yeah, here's to another year. We'll see what the SydStream 3.0 looks like. And on that, if you liked this video, you will enjoy this video right here. So click on the card right here to watch the next one. Thank you so much. I'll see you soon. Hey, that went great. Lunch and OnlyFans. Yeah. Not happening. But James, on the topic of New Year's resolutions, here's the thing. I don't want to belabor this too much, but I've been using a planning system, which I've been using a planning system for the last 3 years. And the beauty of this planning system is that it scales. So the heartbeat of this system is a weekly review, and then you plan for the next week. And I do this every weekend. And on the last weekend of the month, I do the weekly review, and then I look at the other 3 weekly reviews of the month, and I use that to do a monthly review. And then from there, I plan the next month, and then I use my monthly plan to plan the next week. Sorry. And that scales. Like at the end of each quarter, I'll use the 3 monthly reviews to do a quarterly review. And at the end of the year, I'll use the 4 quarterly reviews to do a yearly review. And then I can plan out the next year. And I use my yearly plan to plan the first quarter. And I use my quarterly plan to plan my January. And then I use my January plan to plan the next week. And the reason I'm belaboring this much is because another cool thing about this system is any week that contains the first of the month is part of that month, no matter where that day falls. So unfortunately, that means that your yearly review process, which is very long and intensive, will fall around Christmas, because the week containing January 1st will be like right after Christmas. Yeah, it is efficient. Actually, James, I'll send you a DM later. But the cool thing is that for me, my January 1st was yesterday, because having done this, like, as far as my planning process is concerned, I've already begun 2022. So it's really interesting. And another thing that I've changed, and I was looking at them right now, I have my yearly goals on this wall that you will never see because it's like 180 from the camera, but it's here. Like before, and I didn't put my yearly goals there, but what I used to do, and I still do this because I haven't adapted yet, is the dry erase board, which is strategically out of frame. It has my quarterly, monthly, weekly, and daily goals on it, or some of them. But the problem is, I'm sitting at this computer all day, or in this position, right? So if I want a reminder, I have to do this. Whereas now I have my yearly, quarterly, monthly, and weekly goals like right here where I always sit. And my yearly goals are almost always within my field of view, so I can just give them a glance. It's going to be good. So we will be... we'll see what happens. For tax season, that's a whole other conversation. But yeah, listen, I really enjoy y'all's presence. But wait. Darth Shady, I won't be playing Stardew Valley. Sorry. It's a little too late to start a day. Penny will have to wait until actual 2022. Oh, I should zoom out. But yeah, I really appreciate y'all for sticking around. James, while you're here, in the Vax Pass era, your stream on Twitch has been inconsistent to the point where I just forgot about it. It got out of my habits. And now during, let's call it lockdown 3.0, by the time I remember that your show exists, it's already past 10 p.m. So yeah, I'll pop in every now and then. I was glad to catch the end of yesterday's show. And that was that. Let's see here. Thank you so much, Breck. Happy New Year to you as well. I will see you in the new year. I will see you all in the new year. And what a ride we have ahead of us. Again, I have a rough patch, but I'll keep going. And as this continues, I'll get better and better and better at the things that matter. Thank you so much again for watching. I'll see you next week.